Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So today lots of moments that we need to take a look at. It's because performance recently was partially surprising, especially closer to the end of the session. So we have seen the proper reaction on the Christine Lagarde's speech. So in general, the statement was a bit more hawkish because she said concerning the September rate hike. So it's slightly more hawkish than markets have expected, but in general, she confirmed the major points that quantitative easing program, which is in Europe calls as PEPP, is closing from the 1st of July. And then in July, it's also might be, or actually should be, the first rate change. And the next rate change they suggest should be in September. We will see, but in general, investors expecting a bit more hawkish steps from the European Central Bank in the current circumstances, especially if you take a look at the inflation and other stuff. But then you can see that your currency, once it has shown the upward direction, has turned drastically and collapsed. Currently, guys, to be honest, this is some question to me. What was the background of this collapse? Because I haven't found across the headlines some really important news that might make the direct impact on euro currency. That's why I suggest that this is a combination of the different indirect factors. So as you know, first of all, it might be some profit taken from the speculants who have taken the position in advance of the central bank when the target has been achieved. They start closing short-term positions. Second, in general, if you'll take a look at the interest rates on the 10-year yield in the United States, you could see that here is no relief in the tensions of the 10-year yield. So it stands tough and tight around the fib level and actually above it. This absolutely doesn't correspond to bearish type of action. It doesn't correspond to the idea of the hand and shoulders. Some exceptional moments that might happen, but it seems that investors are waiting for bad numbers from the CPI today. And this extension suggests that technical picture at least looks like that the upward continuation currently on interest rates looks more probable than downward continuation, which also potentially makes the pressure on the rival currency, which is the euro. Finally, third moment, as you know, there's an accident in the United States on the liquid gas plant, which actually provides the 20% of total liquid gas production in the United States. And if you'll take a look at the balance of the hydrocarbons supply from the United States, you will see that the production in the United States are working right now at full capacity. They has no chance to increase the production of the liquid gas. And that barely enough to satisfy the demand of the European Union for the gas. It's just because they're contracting the demand from the Russia and they replaced it with the delivery from the United States. And this accident that has happened is cuts for 20% global production in the United States. That definitely will make impact in the European Union. Besides, as you know, that 2 plants in Norway is closing for some repairing. This was planned repairing, but still they are also closed. So maybe this also have make some impact on the performance of the euro currency, because it makes the different direct impact on in industry sector in the European Union. So that the combination of these different factors might lead to this sell-off, because in other currencies we do not see so strong bearish reaction, including the gold. For Great British pound, for instance, if you take a look, yes, market has shown some downward action here. So this probably we do not need anymore. So already talked about this. Yes, we have seen after the first reaction up also some downward action, but take a look. It stands inside of this previous swing, and actually here is still some bullish type of action is forming. we can't say that's definitely collapsed. The market just keep going lower. Market, well, stands relatively tight. But on the euro currency, you can see that it was a bit stronger drop. So if you have some idea why it could happen, you could share on the forum. Now, what it means to us. In general, this reversal down, we have suggested that it should happen, but we thought that maybe market could move slightly a few pips higher to complete 108.30 target, as we discussed recently. But this reversal in general was expected. It's just because I would like to remind you our weekly chart. Recall what we said in the weekly report. Market stands in the confidence. So here is if even we will get some ABCD pattern here on the weekly chart, deeper retracement, but right from the 107.87, 108.65, that should be probably the pullback, and then second leg retracement might start. This was an idea. So here's just market has completed only minor intraday target and then turns down. It means that for longer term analysis on the weekly chart, this is not yet the end of the world. So this might be just the pullback here to some deeper retracement, for instance 618 level, and then might be second leg still. We can't totally exclude this scenario. This might happen. Besides, here you can see market has completed the bullish retracement harmonic retracement. It's also turning down, but in the shorter term it means that bullish context totally broken. So because take a look, both grabbers have been erased, or better to say, well, it's not erased. The market just completed minimum target of these grabbers that's taken out of this top, nearest top to the grabbers, and then shows the bearish reversal swing. Usually when you have the bearish reversal candle, it has downside continuation. It usually leads to some downside progression. Besides, here as we see the trend has turned bearish, it means that short-term daily intraday context has turned to the bearish, and we can't consider currently taking new long position here. On the 4 time frame chart, market actually has returned back to the confidence, and take a look, it has completed this wide ABCD pattern. But with the CD leg, as you can see, it's a bit faster, which means that we could keep going lower. And if we will find where the XOP stands of the same pattern, that might be the potential target of the pullback that we're currently watching. So yes, you could see it creates the perfect agreement with the 105.16 area. So it means that this area is potentially the level where theoretically next upward leg could start. Of course, it could maybe not start, but since the weekly trend is still bullish, this is potentially the area where market has chances to reverse up again. So that's what we will keep an eye on next week. In the current situation, when the market hits this level, market now stands at the same support, completion the OP, touching of the confidence, and it means that here we could get some bounce that theoretically we could use for taking the short position at some predefined level. For instance, if we take a look at the hourly chart, here's two levels that we have. Right from top, 30% 106.73. So if we'll get some ABCD pattern to this area, well, or any bounce that could happen here, this potentially could be considered for taking the scalp short position. Speaking about yesterday performance, guys, in general, there's two moments. First of all, we have correctly identified the entry point. This market reversed up precisely from the OP of this ABCD pattern that we discussed. Later, it has been retested with this volatility. But take a look on this upward action. Market has completed just the XOP on the hourly chart of this ABCD pattern. It hits 107.73 and collapsed. So it was not able to proceed higher to the 4 time frame chart and to complete the butterfly also on the 4 time frame chart. From that standpoint, it's a thing that was missed in our analysis. Well, that's actually all that we have currently on euro currency. Let's wait for CPI numbers today and see what will happen next week.